now.
Hey guys, welcome to the show. Good morning. Welcome in. It's May 11th. It's 8:01. It is The Edge, the fastest 2 hours in morning talk radio. Appreciate everybody joining us this morning. Happy hump day.
Go Blue.
Let's go Blues.
Right.
I
always like doing that in the parking garage when I leave with my horn in my vehicle.
You're a horn honker?
I'm that guy.
You're a horn honker.
I'm a horn honker. Damn, it's empty in here this morning.
Well,
where the hell's everybody at?
Well, when I get here each morning, early at about 5 a.m. and start preparing for the show, that's how I feel when I'm sitting here all alone in the dark.
Angela's turning into Eric.
People will do what you allow them to do.
Wow.
Actually, Eric, Chris Knight's here. I'm Vic Faust. You have stumbled into The Edge, the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. We make it go fast no matter who's here and who's not because we have so much fun as we do this. Okay, Chris is here. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. Angela's not here. She was in an accident. There was apparently I don't know what kind of an accident, but an accident on 270 at 364. We'll talk to Angela when she gets in. She'll be running a little late today. She's stuck in all that traffic. And well, it's 8:03. There's only been I can count the number of times on my hand that Eric has been here for the start of the show. So he will be here at some time. I think today is the day. Today may be the day where he's piling up all the money that he owes me.
Oh man!
But we already know. I think this is his new excuse because we know that he's not going to be able to get the pennies. That's 100,000 pennies. 100,000. 100,000 pennies.
Could you imagine?
Because he owes
me 1,000. What are you going to do with it?
No, I think he's lying. I think he's just trying to go on to the next thing. Oh yeah, I'll pay you. Oh yeah, I'll just get you a video game. Oh yeah, or video console.
The video game's out. I think you're getting 100,000 pennies.
$1,000 would be 100,000. I hope.
That would be insane.
I don't know where he's going to get the copper.
Copper.
He's not going to get it.
All right, bring the dollar bills.
Oh no. Okay, hold on a second. Angela wasn't in an accident. I repeat, forgive me. She was stuck in an accident.
There you go.
So how I said that would make you think she was in an accident. Right. I know Michelle I think Michelle before told us she likes to smoke some weed. Michelle, if I'm wrong, let me know. But you would have thought I was smoking weed this morning, how I said that. No, she was not in an accident, but she's not late. She's already walking in. She just walked in behind me. So Angela's here already, but if you looked at the scene from our fox2now.com webpage, you would have thought that Angela would have been stuck in traffic all day because it was a total parking lot. Angela, good morning. Did you have fun sitting in traffic this morning?
I did not, but, I think I must have come up on it pretty soon after it happened. I think that's why I was able to move so quickly, but there was one of those vans that you rent to move your furniture and things.
U-Haul?
Thank you.
2 men in a truck?
It was down a hill, like off the shoulder, down the hill.
Off of Highway 270?
Yeah, and then the Nissan Altima was facing the wrong direction on the highway. And when I passed by, the lady was still in it, so she looks like she's okay.
So police hadn't even gotten there yet.
Yeah, I mean, I must have just gotten up on it, so that's gonna be a little bit of a nightmare. Hopefully everybody's okay. Like I said, it looked like the woman in the Ultima was all right, but
270 where?
Right before Dorset. So I guess between
you had already passed 364. Yeah.
I'd like to see statistics where the most accidents occur because that area between Page.
No, the state police have told us
270.
270 is a big problem.
Yeah, that's a bad little spot.
Although I've never seen an accident happen in person, and God bless mentions, I don't want to see one.
You don't want to see that, I don't think.
But I saw a nasty arse one on 141 in the middle of nowhere, only because a young man did something really, 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 really stupid. but it was in the Maryland Heights area, right over by Hollywood Amphitheater.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this guy I was driving behind him, and he tried to blow through a stop sign, or not a stop sign, but a light. And it was red for a good 1, 2, 3, and he still went through it. And he sped up so damn fast. And this, what turned out to be an elderly man, was making a left-hand turn. So he was making his left-hand turn, and then this car, this SUV, just T-boned him.
Ow.
The car flipped like a movie.
Oh, my goodness.
It flipped over. It went over. And the car spun around the side once it hit the ground. This dude who made that really bad decision, he stumbled out of his car. It was upside down. Oh, no. He was just sitting at his car, like in the fetal position, but barely sitting up with his back against the car.
Ugh.
But police were great. I mean, Maryland Heights police were there within a minute. And yeah, that's the only one I've ever. That's the worst one that I've ever seen there. Yeah, the Forrestal went to Wentzville area has been horrible, and not just lately, for a while. So we welcome everybody in. Angela's here, Chris is here. I'm Vic. So we're glad. And anytime you drive a lot, because you drive a lot, and the more time you're on the highways, you're going to see more accidents.
You sure are. But I wasn't expecting to see the little U-Haul van down the. Because right there on for that part of 270, it's kind of a steep drop off, like after you're off the highway and into the grass, and he was way down there. So hopefully he's all right. I'm assuming he. I could be a she.
Yeah, we certainly hope so. People just drive stupid, according to Jeannie. But then again, I try not to. I mean,
I will note that people were driving stupid once they realized there was an accident.
Oh,
they were still going all the way down the left lane, which is where the Ultima was, trying to like zoom around her and get into like, the merging traffic. It was, those people are going to cause more accidents. So stop it.
We've all made some stupid arse decisions on the road. You know that. We all have. We've all tried to do something. We have. We just have. It's a reminder to maybe try to not do something that's stupid. And then if somebody is going to be stupid, you have to be prepared for them. That's what I tell my kids. You're not going to do anything stupid, right? It's done. We're already saying you're not doing anything stupid. So now that we've established that fact that you're not doing anything effing stupid, now you have to watch out for somebody else who may make a mistake.
Right.
I just don't see the U-Haul there.
It's because it's down.
Traffic. Is it in the woods?
It's down the whole where you're at.
Holy crap! In the woods down there? But that's not Dorset, Chris, is it?
Yeah.
That you're showing us a shot of?
Yeah.
For our listeners on radio, Chris is showing a picture
is it in the woods down
on
here?
Facebook right now where you can see the picture. And our listeners,
I can't see it behind the sign. Yeah.
So for our listeners who are streaming at viperrocks.com, you can't see it, or for our radio listeners. But for our viewers on Facebook, you could actually see Chris has pulled up a MoDOT shot. 270 northbound at 364, actually just past 364. That's in the Dorset area, right before it hit. It had like right before Dorset. Yep. As you're exiting northbound, if you continue on, it would take you up to the Highway 70 interchange. Yeah, what a thing. Hopefully nobody was injured, but man, you talk about causing some problems on a morning rush hour. My lordy, Lord. So anyway,
those vans are hard to see out of, though. You gotta give that guy or gal a little bit of credit.
Jason wants to know why the shades this morning.
I know, Jason, we've been through this.
Yeah, it's not uncommon for her.
We literally do this 3 days a week.
Somebody said it goes way down by Stallone's, and that's literally Stallone's is a formal wear place that sits right off of 270 on the east side of 270.
All right.
So if you go down the hill, Stallone, if you kept going up the hill, once you go down the hill and up Stallone sits right there, and that is a drop off. You're right.
Yep. It's a big drop. So,
all right. Well, we say good morning, welcome into the show, everybody. We're here on a Wednesday, and you know what, guys? It feels good. Okay, we'll talk about it later. Cardinals lost again. They concern me because they're losing a lot of games to bad teams, and everyone's, it's just May. Well, we'll see where the Cardinals are later in the year, and you think back to about the 8 or 9 games they lost at the beginning of the season to under 500 teams, which is just sad because they still have players who can't hit the ball. I'm very, very, very concerned about one Tyler O'Neill because
I'm going tonight.
He looks bad. Well, hopefully you can get something going on tonight.
Oh, I'll be yelling at him. You can guarantee it.
Oh, here, real quick, before we get away from that U-Haul story, which you were stuck in, Jeff from the Facebook line says, I heard on another station they said the U-Haul driver fled from the accident.
Oh, my goodness. That makes sense
Well,
as to how he ended
the
up
U-Haul
down the
driver
hole.
fled from the accident, I'm wondering if the U-Haul truck was stolen, because it's not uncommon for U-Haul trucks to be stolen. We've done several stories.
I wonder what was in the
Would
U-Haul.
I steal the U-Haul because I think there's stuff in it, or do I steal the U-Haul to steal things?
You steal both.
Okay.
All the above.
It was probably coming from Mexico.
No, it wasn't.
I did not get that part. I wasn't close enough to see all that. So.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll find out more about that. If we get updates on that story, we'll certainly pass those along.
He didn't get very far. So note to self, don't try to run from an accident. You're not going to get very far.
Oh, my God. We just got the worst excuse from Eric ever. If you didn't know any better, you'd think that Chris was telling him to show up late on purpose to talk about. Guys, I'm going to be in a little late. My back tire needs some air. Yeah, Eric, that takes about a minute.
Actually, I got to stick up for him.
A minute.
He's been trying to get into Plaza forever.
So you don't have to go to Plaza to get air in a tire.
No, but he's got I think he has a wheel issue.
Yeah, but he didn't say he had a wheel. He said he had to put air in his back tire.
He's got air problems.
Yeah, air. Come on now.
Come on, Eric.
Come on. Hey, real quick, Mark Drew Harris says, how about the passenger landing that plane? I feel on edge. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I also don't know what you're talking about.
What happened? Enlighten us. You know, the listeners make up the show. We try to have a direction, but we also encourage you to jump in on the show on Facebook, 100.7 The Viper. Of course, as always, share the show. You can stream us at viperrocks.com. We're on YouTube, The Morning Edge.
Happened in Florida, a passenger with no flying experience.
Holy crap. I saw that movie.
Landed a plane in Florida airport after the pilot became incapacitated.
Dear God. Okay, because we've got two guys with their pilot's license on this show. So that's a big story in my opinion.
What kind of plane?
Exactly. We got to see what kind of plane. Angela's looking it up. She's our crack staff on. Nicolas Cage, one of Angela's.
I love Nicolas Cage.
Oh my God!
I'm sorry. You got me so excited.
I was just getting ready to say one of Angela's favorite actors of all time. He landed a plane in Con Air,
which is a great movie.
And he never had. I love you. I missed you. I was coming back for you.
I love him so much.
It was so believable. That's why I love the movie, because it was real believable. Nicolas Cage landed a monster plane in Con Air with no experience, except that he was just a really badass guy that was in a movie.
It was a single engine 208.
Oh, I could land a single engine 208, Chris.
When the pilot
Cessna
had a possible medical issue, then the non-flying passenger
how does that
take
happen,
over.
Chris? Okay, so he obviously can't move the man out of the seat.
Well, it has yokes on both sides.
So you got your yokes.
Yeah.
So he takes over.
Yeah.
They gave him these instructions. Tried to hold the wings level.
So the tower helped him.
And
Oh,
see
that's
if
right,
you can
John.
start descending to me.
John's right. Nicholas never really did land the plane in Con Air. You're right. At the end. That's a good point.
Push forward on the controls and descend at a very slow rate. So the traffic controller kind of walked him through.
Good for them.
How to land the plane.
Chris, I've flown single and double engine planes before. I've never told you this in the air, just for a while, holding the controls. It had been a long time ago as we were flying to Mizzou football games. When I was the color commentator for Mizzou football following my career at Mizzou, we would fly to the games with alumni. So the pilot would allow me to fly during the air.
Is that legal?
Chris, is that fine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to teach me. But the concentration level, because you have to keep the gauge level and where you are. So I could see how it would be possible to do it and be talked through it, but you'd have to be pretty intelligent and have some.
All right, I want you to come
nerves
fly with me.
and some
I'll let
nerves.
you try to fly a helicopter.
You also don't have. You
And some
would
nerves
also
of
have to have
steel.
not like a panic, right? Because I feel like in that,
Yeah, you can't panic.
I feel like I would panic. I feel like panic would happen. For me personally.
Think you can fly a helicopter?
I don't know. I have no idea. I've never even
Is
been in
a
a helicopter.
harder?
I told you that.
I would assume harder.
Helicopter pilots are the best.
I told you I can
pilots
fly a
on the
hot air
planet.
balloon, but I can't. I've never been in a helicopter. So, and it's interesting because Angela wants to be in hot air balloons. I don't want to be in hot air balloons. And
I've been in a bunch. I've been in a bunch of hot air balloons though, and a bunch of helicopters. So, I've never flown one though.
Well, I'm just
Totally
glad
different.
to hear that was a positive story. That the plane.
Yes. So the plane landed. All is well.
Good.
Does that person get their license now automatically for landing?
I wonder.
Well, they will probably get some type of award from the federal.
I wonder though if it would make you want to get your license after that though. Like I helped land this
Probably.
plane. Now I want to know how to do the whole nine.
Damn, Amy Bittner says helicopters are so much fun. I guess she has some experience with helicopters.
I love helicopters. I like flying them. I don't want to fly it, but I like being in it while it's flying.
Yeah, I have no idea, but that's a great story. Thanks for bringing that to our attention this morning. Mark Drew or Drew Mark, whichever. Andrew Marcus. Andrew Marcus. Marcus Andrew. Okay, we haven't even gotten to it yet. It's 8:17. Real quick, we'll take a. We're gonna go a little bit longer today for our second break, but before we take our second break, we've got Jeff Smith, former politician. He's gonna be phone. Eric has been begging, and he better be in the time because he's been begging to talk about charter schools.
He does love the topic of charter
So Jeff
schools.
Smith is working with the state to bring funding for charter schools
Oh, okay.
into that, and it's great because he'll actually have something in common with a strong Democrat, Jeff Smith, who is doing everything he can, working with a Republican at the Missouri State Legislature.
See,
to
I like
get
it when you
funding.
tell me stories like this. The Democrats and the Republicans are working together. I
Yeah,
like
but they're
that.
far and few between.
But I like it when it happens.
But it happens more. Here's the thing, though, and let me rephrase. It happens more so on the state level.
Okay.
You just don't hear about it. Actually, Republicans and Democrats work more together than are opposed together on the state level. It's just from the national level. But you know what, though? Rodney Davis, last week when he joined us, told us about how many things are actually getting done at a national level
Yeah.
between Republicans and Democrats. You just don't hear about it.
I want to hear more of those stories.
It's just some of the few controversial issues that become an issue and a problem. I mean, even Jane Duker, who's running for St. Louis County Executive now, has talked about, hey, Republicans and Democrats can work together. You just don't hear about it. So she has said it as well. But Jeff's going to come in talk to us all about the charter school issue. So, seriously, Eric, if you're listening, you better get your arse in here. I'm not kidding. You've begged for the interview. You knew about it early this morning. So, quote, air missing in my tire. I'm going to be late. You know what time you got to be there.
Was that your Eric voice?
Well, I don't know. I can't do Eric. It depends if he's in whining, but there's 8 personalities. So, well, you got to do this, because everything. I don't know. No, Angela, what do you think?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Van Halen with David Lee Roth is the only Van Halen ever. Sammy didn't exist. I'm going to run for mayor of St. Louis. I'm going to run for mayor of Wentzville. I'm going to be the next president of the United States.
I'm glad you're doing the voice. Otherwise, people are going to think this is you speaking.
I have no idea. No, man. I could be quarterback of the LA Rams. I'm going to solve world peace next week. Anyway, sorry about that.
He's going to come in here all fired up now.
No, man. He's like, you love me. Anyway. Okay. As I was just some people liked it. Kevin, Eric is a whole command. You got to eat your vitamins. Eat your vegetables. Take your vitamins, brother. John Parker, I'm a firm believer that there are more things that bind us than divide us. Republicans and Dems can't work together. Absolutely. Holy crap. Mark Drew Harris says that's Eric to a T. Vic has found a new career, impersonations. Roberta says you forgot backlash. Roberta, I didn't get a chance to even get to it. Hell, there's been so much to talk about. I haven't even had a chance to get to the fact that the St. Louis Blues won last night. Where's the applause, Chris? With the applause button, because we did. And not only did the Blues win, they have fought through adversity in the first round. I love it. They haven't won the series. They have to win one of the next 2.
No, but 80% of the teams who win Game 5 in round 1 do end up winning the series.
Angela's right. 79.6% of the teams in the playoffs that win Game 5 win the series. But ironically, the Blues were part of the 20% in the 2019 season when they won the Cup that lost a Game 5 in the playoff series, but came back to win said series, which was interesting.
Best stat in the world.
So the Blues and they were down in that game, and they came back, and our man, Big Daddy Vladdy with the Hattie, the hat trick. Thank God.
The Tarasenko show right there, man.
Yeah, well, in the third period, he scored 2 really good goals. He got an empty netter at the end, but it counts. So the Blues get it done. They take a commanding stranglehold. They can wrap it up tomorrow night in St. Louis against a team that when the series started, Vegas had Minnesota as a slight favorite to win that series. Vegas. So this would be an upset win for the Blues.
Well, on paper, that team is a great team. They just have not
Who are you talking about?
Minnesota. They just haven't done
on
super
paper,
great.
St. Louis owns Minnesota.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
They had
haven't done
won
super great
many. Just the Blues had a 2-game really rough period when they had no defense. Letty was playing with a concussion after the first game that they won. Then he didn't play in games 2 or 3. Bortuzzo got knocked out in game 2. And then all of a sudden,
they come back Game 5.
They came back last night. They look better. And oh yeah, by the way, there's this guy that's playing really good again. His name's Jordan Bennington. He had about 4 outstanding super goal opportunity chances for Minnesota last night.
I love following along with the Twitter while I watch the game because Minnesota.
It is fun. I've done that before.
Minnesota Twitter, though, is like having a day. They're like, if we could play the Blues and their goalie could not stand on their head, that would be awesome because he was making some great saves.
So that's fun. Blues get back in action. It's going to be another late game tomorrow night. The Blues have a chance to wrap it up. But then, of course, Colorado's waiting for them. The best team in the league and one of the best teams in recent memories on paper and on the ice.
With some days of rest, too.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that'll be a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Because I'm a Blues fan. But if you ask a hockey player if they'd rather go from a 7-game series right into another round or have a week off, they would say they'd rather have a week off because nobody understands the physicality and the bodies and how they feel and how they are beat up. I mean, right now, Perron's battling an injury. Shin is battling injury. By the way, I love Shin. Love him. Love him, love him, love him. Oh, yeah, the Blues. Oh, man. Yeah, I didn't watch, but what happened? The Blues? Oh, yeah, man. The Blues. Backlash at the Blues games.
Is that you being Eric again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Backlash. Oh, my God. All I know is Eric better get here because we're getting ready to take a break. Hockey Town, Minnesota, notorious playoff
air in his tire.
Yeah. What? No. It's those Red Wing fans that call themselves Hockey Town.
Yeah,
and then
Hockey Town is Detroit.
Then when they stopped going to the playoffs, nobody went to the game anymore. They need to take Hockey Town off the ice in Detroit. I'm sorry. I covered them when they were winning Stanley Cups. I was there as a sportscaster in Detroit. And, yes, it was amazing. But they're no different than any other fans for any other sports. If you're losing, fans aren't going to go and spend their money, especially in this day and age because it's so expensive, and waste their time. But if you're good, yeah, it's easy to be a fan. But, yeah, I remember when, we're Hockey Town. That was more of a PR thing than it is a real thing. But everybody does play hockey in Michigan. Women, children, boys, girls, families, grandparents, over 50 leagues. They're all over the place. But anyway.
I ran into Layla last night. Remember Layla from the Blues days? She had the autoimmune condition.
As a matter of fact, Mandy and I and Glenn were talking about Layla last Thursday because Mandy saw her.
There you go.
Said she's doing very well.
Yeah, she looks great.
And
I talked
she
to her last
has
night.
long hair.
Yeah, she's got long hair. She looks really great. I asked her what she was doing these days. She is, in fact, the reason I brought it up is she's playing hockey, and that's a little girl playing hockey. So I thought people might get a kick out of that.
Mandy said she looked like she's gotten taller.
Obviously
she's thinned out. You can't tell from the steroids and everything else.
Because everything had blown up her face when she was a little girl. And by the way, I told her when she was little, she was adorable, right? Even though she was fighting through all that. But I mean, she looked really good last night.
I'm so happy. Yeah, that gives me chills.
Yeah. So I did want to say hey to her because she's making some progress. I think she said she was 14 in the 8th grade right now. So good for her.
I did a story with her, a one-on-one story about 3.5 years ago. We went to her school right when she had first started and a lot of the situations she was dealing with. We did an interview with Mom, Dad were there, and it was just awesome. And you saw, and she had such a fighting spirit even then.
Yeah, I don't know how a little kid has such optimism.
You just gave me chills. That's what the Blues need to do. Since she became really, really, really tight with Colton Parayko, the Blues need to put her ice side and do a close-up picture of her for Game 6 tomorrow night, or in that series with Colorado. That you want to talk about blowing the roof off the building? Get Layla down on the ice or in a box somewhere and do a picture of Layla. That's how you get going. All right, we're just getting started. Man, what a good, fun show. Started off on a Wednesday. It is the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. Eric Johnson's walked. Oh, my God, is he wearing his Blues gear?
He is.
Hell yes! Eric Johnson's wearing his Blues gear this morning. Did he steal that shirt from you? It looks like a chick shirt.
I'm not going to – he didn't take it from me, but I do like it. I saw it. It's bright colors.
No,
so
Eric pulls – he wears some of those button-up blouse-type shirts with rope and strings attached. Anyway, Eric Johnson walked in. Chris Knight's here. Angela Sharp and Vic Faust of Fox 2. We're just getting started. We'll come back. We'll get into many, many, many more. We're having fun. There are some serious topics. But don't miss this. Coming up at 8:45, we're going to talk with Jeff Smith about the charter school situation throughout the state. Eric wanted him. When Eric asked for things, we get it.
Well, he's not even in the room to be happy over if he asked
Eric
for something.
Texted me yesterday, hey, can we talk to St. Charles County Prosecutor Tim Lomar? I just want to talk to him. I was like, Eric, he's already set up for Thursday. Oh, he didn't even thank me. It's like, I already set it up, Eric. Come on, dude. We're getting this stuff taken care of. All right, back with more. Share the show on Facebook, 100.7 The Viper. You know what we do. It's the fastest 2 hours, the best 2 hours of morning talk radio anywhere. Back with more right after this.
Show is coming right back.
You work from home, and now home can be anywhere you want with an RV from Bill Thomas Camper Sales. RV travel is the ultimate social distancing for your family, and you know what you have with you and where it's been. For 55 years locally, family-owned, Bill Thomas Camper Sales has had the highest quality for every budget, and they have guidelines in place for your safe shopping experience. Travel in comfort and safety with a visit to Bill Thomas Camper Sales in Wentzville. For details, hours, and directions, go to btcamper.com.
Do you want to work for the biggest medical cannabis company in the state of Missouri? Belief Medical is looking for dynamic individuals to join our newest facility in Jonesburg. We are currently hiring for post-harvest technicians and offer 100% company-paid benefits that include medical, dental, and vision, as well as a starting pay of $15 per hour. If you're 21 or older and ready to join a great company that offers great pay and great benefits, visit our website at beliefmedical.com. BELEAF medical.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Erin Huey with Tomasino Gerst Vision Source. We provide a ton of specialty care: glaucoma, diabetic eye care, dry eye evaluations, now myopia management. Typically, we see patients that need vision correction for a variety of hobbies, for work, most often glasses and contacts. Come and see us at Tomasino Gerst Vision Source, dryoureyes.com, 272-1444, dryoureyes.com.
My daughter used to be a shining star. I would tell her, there's nothing you can't do. Now, it's like living with a stranger. It happens so fast. Centerpoint Hospital, real help for addiction and hope for a bright future.
If a young person dear to you is facing substance use, the Changing Point at Centerpoint Hospital now offers adolescent treatment solutions with detox, 4-week residential, and outpatient treatment. The Changing Point for Adolescents at Centerpoint Hospital. Hope for a bright future.
Hey, it's Shanny for Mascots Bar and Grill, and I'll tell you what, if you're looking for a place to watch the game with friends, Cardinals, Blues, whatever, it's Mascots Bar and Grill. If you're looking for a place for happy hour, it's Mascots Bar and Grill. Heck, grab some friends, get a table, and play rock and roll bingo every night and twice on Saturdays at Mascots Bar and Grill. You can win some great prizes. Seriously, great prizes at Mascots for playing rock and roll bingo. And it's absolutely free to play. Wednesday night is ladies' night, and you won't believe the specials they have going on there. Come by for lunch. They're the home of the legendary lunch special. You go tell them you're FOS, you're a friend of Shanny's, and you want that big old burger and fries for just $5, and they're going to give it to you fresh and hot, just the way you ordered it, and it's so delicious, and you don't have to do the dishes. If you go once, you will go again and again. Mascot's Bar and Grill, home of the legendary lunch special.
Hey, Brian Dawson here. Folks, Brian Dawson Roofing and Construction is a roofing company dedicated to excellence and quality. We are very familiar with working with insurance as well as uninsured roofing needs. We do room additions, small roofs, big roofs, steep roofs, flat roofs, residential and commercial. So hey, if you have any roofing or construction needs, call me, Brian Dawson.
Learn more by visiting BrianDawsonRoofing.com or call 636-465-9465. That's 465-9465.
Hello, Discover here. To explain our cash back match, here's how it works. We give you cash back for using your Discover card on the things you were going to buy anyway. Then we match that cash back in your first year. And that's why we call it Cashback Match. Now to recap and say cashback one more time. We match all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year automatically. Discover. Exceptionally common sense. Learn more at discover.com/match. Limitations apply.
Now, back to the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. You're listening to The Edge, the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. Eric Johnson's here wearing his Blues gear. He's wearing another chick shirt. That's all right. It's cool.
Yeah, that's not a chick shirt.
I like the shirt.
I like
not
it.
a chick shirt.
That's a chick shirt.
It's not a chick shirt.
That's more a chick shirt.
No, I took the laces out of it. It's a dude shirt.
All right, is that more of a? You took the.
Yeah.
I think
laces out of it.
You're showing cleavage.
No,
it's a
it's
chick
not.
shirt.
It's not about it being a chick shirt or a dude shirt.
Chris Knight's here. Angela Sharp.
And now all of a sudden you don't want to label things.
It's a cis non-binary. It's a cis non-binary shirt.
It's non-binary. There you go. I get it. Don says that's a chick shirt, bro.
Whatever. Shut up.
But that's all right. You like to dabble
Man, in the old days.
bite. In the old days, what?
In the old days, this is how they wore their shirts. They had the little strings in it. Remember that, Angela?
Dude looks like a lady.
Oh, jeez.
I love you,
Hey,
Eric.
welcome to the show. Real quick, we're glad you're here. What happened? Hey, guys, I'm going to be a little late. I got some air in my tire.
When you need air in your tire, you need air in your tire. You don't want to be falling into a ditch at 90 miles an hour on the way to the show.
No, that's true.
Come on, man.
All right. Well, that's good.
That's it. I'm on time. Come on.
By the way, coming up in about 10 minutes, we've got former Missouri State Senator, now Executive Director of the Missouri Workforce Housing Association, Jeff Smith. You asked, and you received now, Eric. You're going to get to talk about charter schools. And probably the best part for you is the fact that, man, you could talk about Republicans and Democrats working together in harmony.
Yeah.
That's his Eric, by the way.
That's
in
your
case
Eric?
you didn't know, that voice is his Eric voice.
There's no backlash here. No backlash. Back to COVID.
God dang.
Potholes.
Not bad.
Where are the potholes? Tonight on Fox 2 News, you're going to look in that prompter.
Call Elliot. Don't forget to call Elliot in your impression.
Fill the potholes.
Yes.
They're all over Highway 70.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Welcome.
Yeah, I like it. All you got to do is learn how to play bass now. You can come down and take my...
that's a talent. I can't do
come
that.
on. Yeah.
You just got to bring the white shirt in so I can wear your blouse.
It's not a blouse.
You have a white blouse that you wear.
Not that there's anything wrong with that anyway.
Hey, you know we do. We get serious on the show with serious topics. We also have some fun. By the way, Chris just told me in break.
Yeah.
Listeners, hey, Vic, what you made me look like, I can't use the word.
An asshole.
Okay. Like Chris said, because you said you were going to wear an orange tie the other night and you didn't wear an orange tie. And I said, Chris, don't you remember? I said, fine, I'll wear orange. And Angela and Eric said, no, the Blues are playing. You got to wear a blue tie.
I will say this. The orange tie is having a very hard time making it to set. Because we've been talking.
Maybe it doesn't exist.
I wore the orange tie. I wore the orange tie.
Orange for a month.
Angela, I think you've called for orange more than anybody.
Well, it's my favorite color, so that makes sense.
Yes.
Orange is really?
Yeah,
So
orange is my favorite color.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. burnt orange.
And then I wore yellow. And I
Very
wore
good,
a damn
Eric.
yellow tie last night. I wore yellow last night because of the blues last night.
Yeah. Don't worry about us, Vic. We don't matter to you, so it's okay.
I do. I let you guys pick out my damn tie color. Are you kidding me? I mean, many days you guys get to pick it because I don't care as long as
we should while we're waiting for the man to call, we should pre-pick so we have a little bit more time. So what color tie should Vic
Oh
wear
my
this
God, I have
evening?
no
Wait a minute.
idea.
The Blues are off. The Cardinals are whatever.
Well, the best line ever just came from Kevin for people who are appreciative of Seinfeld episodes. But I don't want to be a pirate. Referring to Eric's pirate shirt that he likes.
It's
to
not this
wear.
one. It's not this
No,
one.
but that
Okay.
kind of
All right.
it kind of gets there.
What color tie? Let me think about this. I got an idea, but you'll never do it.
Is it purple?
I don't. No, I think that he should go like a Michael Bublé kind of black on black kind of a
No,
deal.
we can't. No,
Why not?
Because we're not
White,
freaking. We're
black,
not. We're not.
white.
We're not
Hitmen?
mafia hitmen. and we're not pallbearers. It's not.
That would look sensational though, with a little bit of silk built into the. Oh, come on, man.
Are you required to wear a suit jacket?
And it's not a formal. Yes.
Or
You are?
Yeah.
how about no tie and you put the little. You put
That's
the little,
what I was thinking.
The little handkerchief.
Oh no, I was thinking more of like a little kind
Like
of
John Pertzborn.
like a little
Yeah,
chill.
no, Pertzborn.
unbuttoned.
No, he wears
He
ties.
wears a bow tie.
He wears a
doesn't
No, but he
bow
wears ties.
tie.
We're talking no ties.
You can't take Pertzborn's
This is
thing.
no ties.
We're talking about no ties. Like,
Reinvent yourself, man. You're
Do a
right
little
there. You
unbuttoning.
could be a big deal one day. Just reinvent yourself. Let's go. Let's think about this.
I did see Elliot's story last night. He made his way out here to St. Charles.
What was the story?
Yeah,
I
I'm
have
trying
to
to
know
remember
now.
the
I
story
have to
again
know
last
now.
was
night.
it about the fire
it was
engine?
about
No.
a house that was sinking.
Yeah,
And
he's
he
done
went
the
and
story
talked to
like
Steve Ellman.
three or four times.
And he said, "You know what? I'm going to stay on this because you paid for it."
Oh my God!
And I thought of Eric.
Well,
Johnson.
it's interesting because
Yeah.
it's a house that's sinking. The neighborhood wants the city to do something, or the county, St. Charles County, to do something about it. St. Charles County says they're trying to deal with it as best they can. But then Bob Onder,
Yep.
who's running for St. Charles County executive, decided to chime in. So Elliot went and talked to him. Onder is saying, well, you got to do something, Ellman. And then Ellman's like, hey, what if you have better ideas, tell us what we should do.
Does a human live in the sinking house?
No, they
Okay.
had to move.
No, but it's affecting the rest of the neighborhood because it's affecting the infrastructure
Makes sense.
in a variety of ways right there. So anyway,
What exactly can they do anyway? I mean, I know it's kind of a boring
I-
story.
you'd have to knock
but
down the home and start from scratch.
Fine.
It's ultra expensive.
You know, in Seattle, that happens all the time. Houses they build those houses too close to the cliffs. They want to see the water. They want to see Puget Sound. And so these morons back in the '60s would build these houses right next to the cliff, and they're all falling in the water
Exactly.
now. It's like, hey, it sucks to be you, but don't be so stupid from an engineering standpoint. Move out of the house and make it a park. Goodbye. I just fixed the problem.
Of course you did. You just fixed it all. Hey, by the way, interesting story talking about news last night. Did you see the Olivet City Council's decided to delay voting on a special permit for a medical marijuana grow facility because residents are worried about the smells they're going to be in their backyards. And it's interesting because you're going to see more medical marijuana or medical marijuana grow facilities, especially when it becomes, quote, legal.
Yes.
And it's only a matter of time before marijuana, recreational marijuana,
Well, you can't have
becomes legal in the
You
state.
cannot have a farm of corn in your backyard if you live in a subdivision either, right? So, I mean, it seems like it becomes
I
an
think
agricultural
this
problem.
is going to be inevitable. I mean,
Right?
go to states where recreational marijuana is legal.
Yeah.
You get out of your car and you get out of your car in parking lots now and you smell it.
Yeah.
And the neighborhoods is where they're worried
Yeah.
because the homes that are near the grow facility. So they're trying to figure out how to handle these
I don't
situations.
agree with them HOAs anyway. I can't even have a damn garden in my subdivision. Seriously.
You can't have your
I
very
cannot
own
have
garden?
a garden.
Okay, well, here's the deal, though. I've been to your house. I know your subdivision.
Mhm.
I'm all for gardens. But I've also seen some gardens get absolutely crazy where they look like a jungle because
Yes.
people don't take care of them.
Yes,
And
yes.
it does become an eyesore. And I'm not trying to be a male version of a Karen, but
Yeah, well, that's what you're being. I can't even grow my damn tomatoes.
what is that? What is that, Karen? Is that a Ken?
A Ken.
A Ken.
Oh,
Barbie
and you
and Ken.
come on, man.
No, What
That's
kind of
you and man.
You're a Ken. Just keep
what
going.
kind of garden do you want to grow?
I just want to have like cucumbers and tomatoes and stuff like that. I can't even have a damn garden.
Oh my God.
That's pathetic.
Don says he wants to have a medical grow facility in his closet.
Okay, so when I moved,
I've seen one of those in the house.
When I moved to,
Seen a few of those in the house.
I went to Anchorage, Alaska for a second. I lived in Anchorage for a while, and the guy I went up there with, he told me about he had a little side business. I go, oh damn, okay. He bought a house, probably $80,000 house, and every inch of the house had grow lights in it. Guess what he did inside of said house? What? He basically grew pounds and pounds and pounds of pot that he sold to the Eskimos for his living illegally. So you can do it in a house.
Is Eskimos the right term?
Indigenous, non-Indian people. I don't know what they're.
I was asking for an education.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, they call them Eskimos when I was.
But
up
that's
there.
not. People have been growing stuff forever.
Exactly. You don't need to be.
I have a
totally
close friend who
outside.
used to grow mushrooms.
What kind of mushrooms?
Morel mushrooms.
Oh.
You know.
Yeah, portobellos.
Shrooms. Shrooms.
Oh, damn.
So anyway, it brings up as marijuana becomes more and more prevalent, neighborhoods not wanting to have to smell, and their kids, if they're outside, they're constantly smelling marijuana. You know, it's interesting.
I'm
It's
totally
like,
not. The more I think about that story, I'm totally. Well, they're in session, right? They could. Now, am I wrong? Could they pass legalized marijuana within like the next few days? Is that right or no?
No.
Oh, is that the gambling thing? That could
No,
be.
but the gambling thing's not going to happen. There's
Really?
an outside shot. We did the
I
story
know
a
we
couple
talked
weeks
about
ago.
it, but
there's still too many politicians in the southern part of Missouri, allegedly, who don't want this yet. But they may be leaving in the next few years, where you'll get gaming to go through. Hell, Jeffson, who we have Jeff Smith coming up here in a couple of minutes, former state senator. If you want to ask him a side question, ask him. He's in JC all the time.
Okay. Yeah, I thought that they were like trying to ram all this stuff through in this last days of the session. But what?
Well, yeah, they tried to.
Yeah. Okay.
But that whole situation with medical marijuana, it's gonna happen. It's just not
exactly.
now. It's just not now where it's happening. So anyway, it depends on where the grow facilities get to grow in the neighborhoods, and we all know the distinctive smell.
They can't.
Have you smelled marijuana a lot more over Missouri?
I just didn't know if anything happens if you smell it. Like, is it just the annoyance of the smell, or can one like receive the high of weed just from smelling it being grown? I honestly don't know the answer to that. So nobody knows. None of us know.
I thought you smelled pot when you started burning joints.
Justin says, Eric, you need to check out HB House Bill 2704. That's 2704, because it's about the decriminalization of cannabis.
Okay.
So,
got my vote.
Our Facebook line says no, it's just an annoyance. So if it's just an annoyance,
So you can't get high on it.
that's what they're telling me on the internets. Yeah.
Yeah. Don says, I wish you could just get high by smelling it. There's a lot of people who feel that way, interestingly enough.
Here's what I would say. I think if you're going to have
okay.
legalized cannabis, this becomes an agricultural product. You do not do it in a subdivision. If you have to be X amount of feet away from your neighbor, kind of a thing, you know? I just think because you got kids involved, you got people who are like, man, I don't want that drug crap in my backyard. You can't have a distillery in your backyard, can you? I don't think you can. It seems very commercial to me. So I'm sure that they'll figure all this stuff out. Missouri seems to be writing a lot of good law right now. I mean, now here's a question I do have for you. Did that voting law pass now? Is that going to Parsons' desk?
HB 2704, I think it passed in April.
So it's passed, it's signed off on?
Decriminalization, but it's not going to happen now, Eric. I think it was for drivers. Maybe CDL drivers. I'll have to take a look at that again.
We need a chart around here.
Yeah, we do. Anyway, we got to get to first-time guest of the show, and we appreciate it. We're glad that he's taken some time to join us this morning. Friend of mine as well. We now welcome into the show Jeff Smith, former state senator, now executive director of the Missouri Workforce Housing Association. Jeff, thanks for joining us on The Edge. Eric Johnson's here, Chris Knight, Angela Sharp. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. My man Eric has been begging me to talk to you. Get somebody on to talk about charter schools. He's over the top excited to talk to you. So, Eric, why don't you get right into it?
Well, I'm excited because you're a Democrat. You have it labeled on your driver's license, I would imagine, somewhere. And for many, many years.
I actually have it tattooed on my forehead.
I love it even better. That's great. And we always are on the show talking about how do Republicans and Democrats get along, bears and cats, the whole 9 yards. And this is one of those topics that I never thought a Democrat would even touch with a 10-foot pole. Is I thought that the public school system was sanctimonious to you guys, that you don't touch it, that the union is a democratic institution, and that charter schools and voucher systems and all that stuff was never going to get talked about. You're a Democrat talking about charter schools. First of all,
this is the longest question ever.
Yeah, but I got to set it up. First of all, talk about charter schools. Exactly what is a charter school and how does it work here in Missouri?
That's a great question. And it's great to be here. So thanks for having me on, Vic. Nice to meet the rest of you guys. So a charter school is an institution. They started popping up around the country, first in Minnesota, then in, I think, Arizona, a few other states in the mid-1990s. They were instituted as an alternative to traditional public schools that were failing. And you've got systems in a lot of cities in this country, and in some rural areas too, where you've got decade after decade of just extremely poor results. Mm-hmm. And so some parents were saying, we think that we could, joining together or working with a nonprofit or some other community group, develop something that's better than the traditional public schools. And if we could we put into a legal mechanism into statute that would allow the money that would otherwise go alongside our child to a traditional public school to go to this charter school to start up, kind of parallel to the regular public school system and give our kids a better opportunity.
Absolutely.
So that's how they started. And there was a statute enabling legislation in 1999 in Missouri. And then I was not in the legislature then, but I was in graduate school, and I was 25, and I joined with a woman who was 65 named Dr. Susan Uschitel to start at one of the first charter schools in Missouri called Confluence Academy.
Oh, yeah.
After having worked, my first job when I came out of school when I came out of college was working with St. Louis Public Schools on the inside. I applied to teach, but I couldn't get hired to teach because I didn't have a teaching certificate. So instead, they hired me as an evaluator to evaluate certified teachers, which, of course, made no sense to me, but it was indicative of some of the dysfunction that I saw there during my time there. And that's kind of one of the main things. What I saw in St. Louis Public Schools from the inside was what inspired me to want to present a different alternative for families in the city.
I love it.
But where does it sit right now in the state of Missouri? Because this isn't, you're working with people across the aisle, and it's something you're passionate about and feel it has to happen in Missouri. Why?
Yeah, it's a great question. So right now, the foundation formula, which is what governs funding for Missouri, all Missouri public school students. And again, I should emphasize that charter schools are public schools. Anyone can go to them, and they cannot discriminate with who they decide to accept. They can't say, we just want to accept the kids who have the best test scores. They can't, in the way that private schools can. So they're taking all kids, and the kids that they're taking are really not very different at all demographically from the kids that attend St. Louis public schools. In St. Louis, charter school students are overwhelmingly poor. They're overwhelmingly black. A lot of them have special needs. So they're, again, demographically very similar to St. Louis public school students. But because there was a glitch in the formula that was written in 2005 to allocate money to these schools, they pegged the funding rate to property taxes from 2005 to a fixed number instead of a number that was indexed to inflation. Or indexed to actual increases in property taxes. That means that by now, 17 years later, charter school students receive about $2,500 less per child from the state than regular public school students do. And that's what the legislation that's pending in the state house is trying to ameliorate, to try to equalize that funding stream so that everybody gets the same amount.
I think that it feels to me like right now the iron is officially hot. You have these school boards that are just absolutely bringing garbage into our school systems. You have, and I think we looked up the stats worldwide. Students are like 24th to 30th, somewhere in there as far as where we rank in the world. Our education system seems to be going down.
The latest rankings, United States, was in the 30s.
Yes, in the 30s. It seems like we're trending down. It seems like there's nothing good. Right now is the time for charter schools and receiving a voucher to send your kid to wherever he wants to go. What is the plan of attack from this point forward to make charter schools more mainstay? Because on our Facebook line right now, it's like there's a few comments that say, I don't even know where a charter school is. How do you guys market this a little bit better, and how do you get more kids into the charter system?
Well, the trend is definitely going in the direction of charter schools, right? 20 years ago, 20 years ago was the founding of Confluence, the schools that I worked on and served on the board of for about a decade. And when we started, we had about 200 kids in our first school. We were one of 3 or 4 different charter schools in St. Louis. There was a total of about 1,000 charter school kids then, and there were like 30-plus thousand regular public school students. So now 40% of St. Louis City school kids go to charter schools. And every year, the number of kids going to charter schools has increased for the last 20 years, and the number of St. Louis public schools students has gone down. So Kansas City has seen similar trends, only more dramatic. Fully half of all students in Kansas City schools are in charter schools. So it's clearly trending in one direction as parents are able to kind of vote with their feet, right? I've always been confused. You opened up, and I don't want to get partisan here, but I've always been a little confused by my own party because when it comes to housing or when it comes to healthcare or when it comes to so many other issues, we fight for the least of them, and we pride ourselves on doing that. And yet when it comes to public education, a lot of Democrats are more focused on an institution like the teachers union or like a particular school district than we are the least of them, the poorest kids in the state who need help. And, this was not, I was not born a charter school guy, but after the 70s, 80s, 90s, 30 years of dysfunction in St. Louis public schools and failing results, I started to want something different. And now, after 50 years of pretty poor results, it's hard for me to understand how Democrats can blind themselves to the fact that St. Louis public is just not improving very much, and families just need alternatives.
Jeff, we're talking with Jeff Smith, former state senator, also with the Missouri Workforce Housing Association. Jeff, how can people get behind the effort that you currently have or learn more or make a push for funding to go towards charter schools in the state?
Yeah, so let me be clear on one thing. There are only 2 places in the state right now where charter schools exist, St. Louis and Kansas City. Right now, according to state statute, they can only exist in those 2 places or in potentially other districts that lose their state accreditation. So there are, if you're living in Parkway schools, Parkway, there probably wouldn't be much demand for charter schools because Parkway does a great job and their results are really good. St. Louis Public Schools has some bright spots, and there are some magnet schools that do well, but there's more demand. There's been more demand for this in St. Louis and Kansas City. If you want to get involved in the effort to improve, make it more likely that charter schools can succeed, you can reach out to me and email me, and I will connect you with the right people. JeffSmith2006@gmail.com, or tweet at me at JeffSmithMo, Jeff Smith M-O, and I will connect you with the people who lead the charter school advocacy efforts in this state. Today, in the State House, we may be able to pass this legislation. It's already passed the Senate. It's pending in the House. That would equalize this funding stream, and that would go a long way towards helping state charter schools flourish.
Yeah, I'm so excited. And you're working with Republicans and across the board on this one. What is the chance that the charter school system actually flourishes here in the next few years?
I think it's really good. Yeah, we're working with Republicans. I mean, this, I've always thought that, you got to find obviously it's a supermajority Republican legislature. And if you can't work with the other side as a Democrat, you're not going to get anything done.
Mm-hmm.
And there are Republicans who don't just turn their head away from problems that are facing some of the more Democratic areas of the state. They want to fix them. They have different ideas for solutions than a lot of Democrats do. They may have more market-driven ideas, but that doesn't mean that they aren't concerned about these challenges. So, yeah, there is continued attention from Republicans and Democrats on educational challenges facing the state. You're seeing we passed a big bill yesterday to focus on literacy and reading for kids who, get up to second, third grade and still can't read, and how to do more remediation for them. There is bipartisan agreement on some of this stuff, and so I'm actually really optimistic that you're going to see some innovation and more charter opportunities and more parents migrating towards them in the coming years.
Hey, Jeff, anything else you want to let our listeners and viewers know before we let you go about what you're going on with here right now?
Well, one other thing that I work on is second chance employment. I try to recruit companies who are willing to hire people who get out of prison. That's been a passion of mine since I myself got out of prison and was blessed to have the kind of second chance that not a lot of people get in this country. And so I try to, pay it forward a little bit and find companies who will hire folks who are formerly incarcerated or who just want to be philanthropic supporters of efforts to do this. So, again, if people are interested, if you work at a company or you own a company and are willing to hire folks, or you just want to donate to this cause, please feel free to reach out to me, jeffsmith2006@gmail.com. It's critical in a region that struggles with public safety that we find the people who are out of the economic mainstream and we bring them into the economic mainstream and help them get legal employment, because if they're not, then there's a good chance that they'll end up doing some of the things out of desperation to get money that turn into public safety challenges for everybody else. We don't want them robbing houses or cars. We want them working at our companies because they have a lot to offer and they're the greatest source of untapped talent in the country today.
Yep.
Jeff Smith, former Missouri State Senator, now Executive Director of the Missouri Workforce Housing Association. Jeff, thanks for taking some time to enlighten us today. We appreciate it. We'll catch up with you again, all right?
Sounds good. Great talking to you guys. We'll see you.
All right, appreciate it. We'll talk about Jeff a little bit when we come back, too.
I will have him in my cabinet when I'm the mayor of St. Louis. Angela.
He's an all-around great guy, too.
Angela will be my media director.
Super, I got a gig.
There's no money in it. But we'll be hanging out every day.
I have to fix everything Eric says that doesn't go over well. So that'll be fun.
Is that like Jen Psaki?
Yeah.
More like Kayleigh McEnany.
Oh, with Trump? Yeah, both. It's the toughest job, White House. Seriously, think about White House Press Secretary for Donald Trump and White House Press Secretary for Joe Biden. Woo! They both go on to other big jobs. Hey, you're listening to The Edge, the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. We're just getting started here. Hey, that's an hour down already. Can you believe it, Eric?
Well, or 20 minutes for me.
Yeah, that's right. All right, you're wearing your blue stuff. We'll get back. We're late. We'll get to the break. Come back with your morning headlines, your news, your sports, your birthdays. Also, yeah. If you're, do you guys see parking lot violence?
Yes.
At Walmarts and things. We had video.
Yes.
We had video of a guy beating a woman with a gun. We'll tell you why. At the Festus Walmart parking lot.
Oh man, don't mess with the Festus moms.
No, I saw two dudes fighting each other. I don't know, about 4 months ago, in a grocery store parking lot, pushing each other, and I was like, oh my God. And I was like on the other side of the parking, I was like, do not get involved. But I just watched it for a second and took off. Two older guys. There's nothing worse than watching two older guys that should be fighting.
That's best.
And probably don't want to be fighting.
Yeah.
Go at each other
two
because of
old
their
ladies.
pride.
You ever see two old ladies get into it?
No, but they're not physical, are they?
Yeah, hell yeah. Nothing better than an old cat fight.
Oh my God.
An old
cat fight.
Back with more of The Edge right after this.
The Edge Morning Show. Back in a moment.
KFC knows that when it comes to chicken sandwiches, there's good and there's finger-licking good.
A chicken sandwich? That's good. A 100% white meat KFC chicken sandwich so delicious it forces you to rethink everything you know about sandwiches, including whether or not they even need buns, but then you remember how good a brioche bun can be and then having to rethink your rethinking? That's finger-licking good.
KFC's chicken sandwich, always served hot and crispy in your choice of classic or spicy. Order now on the KFC app. Kentucky Fried Chicken, that's finger-licking good.
Prices and product availability may vary.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, then get ready to pay up. The IRS has giant private collection agencies actively tracking down folks who owe the IRS. So if you think dodging them was stressful in the past, it's going to get a whole lot tougher. Optima Tax Relief has this advice. Don't wait. Solve your tax problems now before it's too late. Optima Tax Relief works to stop the demand letters, stop the aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS collectors from targeting you. Ask Optima about the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands, and nobody knows this program better than they do. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they get results, having resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get a fresh start. Call today for your free consultation.
Call 800-624-7544. 800-624-7544. 800-624-7544.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Now another hour of The Edge Morning Show on KFNS Troy St. Charles. The Edge Morning Show.
Keep your resolution to quit cigarettes this time. Go to I Quit Vapor, 852 Bryan Road, O'Fallon. I Quit Vapor carries the salt nicotine systems, their latest juice flavors, and all of their pod systems. Let their staff explain why the salt nicotine system is so effective in helping you to quit cigarettes for good. It has a much smoother delivery and allows you to adjust the amount of nicotine intake. I Quit Vapor is still your one-stop shop for everything vapor. Keep your quit cigarette resolution this time. Go to I Quit Vapor, 852 Bryan Road, O'Fallon.
Compass Health Network Express Care offices in Newtown, St. Peters, and Wentzville are ready to serve you today. Compass Health accepts Medicaid, self-pay, private insurance, and offers a sliding fee scale. Don't wait another day to feel better. Call 844-853-8937 for an appointment or visit compasshealthnetwork.org for a location nearest you. Compass Health Network Express Care. Feel better today.
When it comes to pellet grilling, the true heroes of the hopper savor the process as much as they savor the result. Kingsford 100% hardwood pellets can be used on any pellet grill and add bold, smoky wood flavor to any meal. No preservatives or artificial flavors. Kingsford hardwood pellets keep the temperature consistent for an even heat, so you can cook as low and slow as you want. Kingsford 100% hardwood pellets. Kingsford.com.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
The graphics are so real on this video game console I bought with the savings from switching to Progressive 10 years ago. I can't tell what's real and what's the game, which I think is what people want. You know, in the future, which it is currently.
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
DQ presents. Picture this. You stand before the awe-inspiring new signature stack burger menu at DQ and your mouth wonders, where have you been all my life? That's 5 taste bud tempting cheeseburgers with 100% real seasoned beef. You peek at the loaded A1 stack burger with 2 premium sauces. Then the flamethrower stack burger with tongue-tingling jalapeno bacon. Then you realize moments like these are exactly why we have the DQ Signature Stack Burger menu. DQ. Happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
Viper weather with legendary chief meteorologist Dave Murray.
Hi, this is Viper meteorologist Dave Murray on this Wednesday. It's another summertime day. Partly sunny skies. Thinking a high pretty close to 93. That should break the record of 91 from 2011. Tonight, clear skies and mild. 80s for any evening plans. 70 for the low. Thursday, plenty of sunshine. The high 90 on Thursday. 92 the record from 1956. Now, Friday, partly sunny skies. There's going to be a couple of spot or isolated thunderstorms. Not much. 88, but there'll be a few more clouds around. That's why it's slightly cooler. Saturday, partly sunny, some scattered thunderstorms, 82. Sunday, partly sunny and 80. From the Viper Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray. Now back to the Edge on 100.7, The Viper.
Whipper River Electric, a Touchstone Energy cooperative. The Edge Morning Show.
Local headlines now with Fox 2's Vic Faust.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Time for your morning headlines. A little bit later today, but we're getting into them late last night. The city of Olivet decided to delay a vote on a special permit for a medical marijuana grow facility. The council wanted more time to review information shared by supporters and opponents of the plan. Opponents and nearby residents say they're worried about the smell of the grow facility and how it's going to affect their neighborhoods, considering evidence that they have or, quote, stories from other people in other areas of the country who have lived near said grow facilities. CDC's come out and said that they're blaming systematic inequalities and racial disparities for the high number of gun-related homicides and suicides in 2020, which was the first year of the COVID pandemic. They say that needs to be addressed in this country. We'll talk about this, but there's video on fox2now.com. Festus police hope viral cell phone video will help them track down a suspect after you see him beating a woman in a Walmart parking lot. The victim said she knew the suspect. She had illegal narcotics on her. She agreed to meet the man, but didn't think she was going to be smashed in the head with a gun several times. Anyway, from a sports standpoint, the St. Louis Blues got it done last night. They won 5-2. Big Daddy Vladdy with the Hattie. 3 goals last night. Vladimir Tarasenko, the Blues get the win. They lead that series 3-2. They can close out the Minnesota Wild, who, by the way, were slight favorites to win this series when it began. They can close them out at Enterprise tomorrow night. If they do, the best team in all the NHL will be waiting for them, the Colorado Avalanche. Also, the Cardinals, they're frustrating these days. The only good thing is it's mid-May. They lost again last night to the lowly Baltimore Orioles. The Cardinals they can't hit the ball anymore. They just can't hit.
I'll be there tonight. They won't lose.
All right, that's good. You're all over the place. Cardinals lost again. Only 3 games over 500 right now. They play again tonight. Let's look at your morning news and headlines. I'm Vic Faust.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. It's your birthday.
It's your birthday. That's right. I serve you cake. I'm Peggy. Pull your leggy. Happy birthday.
It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Go.
It is birthday time. Cam Newton is turning 33 years old today. Holly Frazier, she was one of the dance moms on the show Dance Mom. She is 51 years old today. Black China, Rob Kardashian's baby mama. She is 34 years old today. Jonathan Jackson, he was Avery on Nashville. He is 40 years old today. And Martha Quinn, apparently she's the original MTV VJ. Oh, okay, Eric knows her. Eric is well familiar with Martha Quinn. She is 63 years old today.
Don't give the birthday. His birthday's tomorrow.
Yes, I saw that.
Okay, I was just making sure since I told you. It's tomorrow, but you'll give that big one tomorrow.
The good one is tomorrow, yeah. So that we're kind of slow on birthdays today, so happy birthday to all our famous friends and not so famous friends.
Beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity.
Woo! Twilight Zone?
This is the dimension of imagination.
That is weird.
It is an area which we call the Twilight Zone.
Imagine there's a day called National Twilight Zone Day.
Oh my god, this is like a Twilight Zone.
May 11th is National Twilight Zone Day.
Okay, next up, Twilight Zone.
Welcome to the show.
And we say welcome into the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio.
It's National Twilight Zone Day. Da-da-da-da.
I feel like that many days with Eric. Eric Johnson's here. Chris and I.
Every day
Angela
could be
Sharp.
Twilight Zone Day.
I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2, especially on this show. It's also National Eat Whatever You Want To Day.
No, I like Twilight Zone Day better.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's multiple things people can go after today. What's the nastiest stuff you've ever eaten, Eric?
Asparagus.
You knew that was coming, right? I mean, you set him up for it. You knew, right? You did. He knew.
I don't know what the problem is. It is the nastiest thing on
Vic
earth.
knew that's
It's
where
like,
we were going with
It's like kryptonite for Superman.
Well, there's a list.
Did you just call yourself Superman?
I did not.
Okay.
The 10 worst.
Okay, all right.
The
Now I'm
10
excited.
worst.
I love it when there's a list.
The trashiest foods people can't resist, according to
Wait.
the polling.
Does that mean they taste delicious?
Maybe delicious, but they're just trashy, nasty arse food that you're putting into your body because of
give
what's
me
in
one.
it.
Give me like the bottom one, the last
Number
one.
10,
Yeah.
everything on the menu at Taco Bell.
Oh, fair.
What the
Okay,
hell is
that's
wrong
fair.
with you?
That's fair.
Eric
That's
eats that
fair.
every day.
It's the most fantastic thing on the
But
planet
you have
at
to
105 in
admit-
the.
Man, Taco Bell's bringing back the Mexican pizza.
Yes,
And they're having
Chris,
Dolly
that's the first
Parton
thing
do
you've
a
said
little
all day.
musical
Besides,
about
I'm going to be at
Chris preach.
What?
Dolly Parton's going to be like in a mini musical about the bringing back of the Mexican
Oh,
pizza.
my God.
I'm excited.
It's going to be on the TikTok, I
These are
believe.
some good ones quickly from the line. Glenn
White
said
Castle.
corn dogs. Cindy says pork rinds. Amy lima beans. John Parker, you're right. I won't even touch the
You won't touch.
crap from White Castle.
You're high.
Eric and
I-
Chris
I will-
love.
I will eat- I will eat
I haven't
some
been to
White
White
Castle.
Castle in 25
You could never be in a band.
I would not touch that crap anymore.
Oh, come
The last
on.
time I ate it, the belly bomber,
What happened?
but it messed my stomach up. That stuff is crap.
You could never be in a band ever.
I would
Literally.
no.
You
yeah,
could
I
never. Maybe
no,
you could-
bands are all healthy now.
Maybe
Eric.
you could be in a
It's
polka
not the
band.
80s. Now the bands are like super healthy because they have to be.
I'm
I
not
want
talking
to know
about
what's
that.
on the rest of the list.
Okay, you're right.
At 1 in the morning when nothing's open and White Castle's is rocking,
Oh my
you would be
God.
screwed.
Amen.
Well, I'm not up at 1 in the morning.
Well,
Sorry.
because that's another reason you couldn't be in a band. Go
all right,
ahead.
number 9, bagel bites. Also the Totino pizza rolls and hot
Are
pockets.
you-
Okay, I love the pizza rolls.
Because
though.
of what's in them.
Right.
What's
I
in
get,
'em?
I get it.
I don't know. Apparently, a bunch of nasty stuff.
Yeah,
Eric.
but they are delicious, but I get it.
Number 8, lots of cheap meats got mentioned, including bologna, Slim
Yeah.
Jims, and Spam.
Agreed.
Love me some Slim
Agreed.
Jims.
Agreed.
All
Number
right.
7 on the list, which is apparently nasty, Pillsbury cinnamon rolls. Number 6,
Sounds delicious.
Marie Callender frozen pot pies.
Yes.
I don't know
I
that I've ever
agree.
had
There's
one
like
of those.
100
Yes.
grams of fat
They're horrible.
in those things.
They're
I'm
horrible.
not sure I've ever had one of those, but
Yeah, you don't want that.
okay.
Number 5, Pop Tarts.
Love
Oh,
Pop
you
Tarts,
are-
the
yeah.
cinnamon
We-
ones.
take that off the
yes.
list.
It's one of the
immediately.
worst things
Take it off
that
the list.
you can eat.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
This is another boxed macaroni and cheese.
Oh, I dig.
that kinda
I
makes
dig the
sense.
boxed macaroni and cheese
Yeah.
though too.
These are the trashiest food you can't resist.
Well, then stovetop stuffing
Number
has to be in there.
3, I didn't think this would be that bad, but American cheese slices.
Yeah, that's a dumb one.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't realize it was bad for us, but all right.
Number 2, ramen noodles.
Oh yeah,
I can't say that I eat those very often.
that is
That come in a pouch and cost 50 cents.
It's on every single tour bus across the country right now.
Is it really?
Oh, that's what rock bands love. It's cheap. It's nasty. You put it in water in the microwave. Boom! You're eating a full meal in 1 minute.
and number 1 on
drum
the
roll.
list,
Yeah,
gas.
you want that?
I want a drum roll.
The number one nastiest food.
Yeah, gas station hot dogs.
Ew! No, I would not eat one of those.
Nothing better than a
Ah.
gas station hot dog.
No.
Everybody's been breathing on.
Oh, there you go again.
So gross.
They're not Chris. They have see-through
Yeah.
panels over
With
the-
great big gaping holes in the front where you stick your nasty hands in there to get your food.
Oh no, I can't.
So
That's gross.
healthy for you.
P-
So
yeah,
healthy.
no, but you have tongs to pick up said hot dog.
So delicious, you don't have to do the dishes.
So
Go get yourself a hot dog.
what disgusted me, way back in the day, is they did a study on how much rat excrement was allowed in hot dogs.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah.
When I saw that story, I was like, I'm done. Okay, I'll maybe one more hot dog and then I'm done. All right, maybe a few more hot dogs and then I'm done. But if you go and research what the legal FDA limit is on rat, excrement and hair and byproducts of things that are not from.
I'm gonna be ill.
Don't eat hot dogs then.
Gross.
Unless they're kosher.
Hey guys, you are listening to the Edge. Eric Johnson's here. Chris Knight, Angelo Sharp, I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. You can catch us on Facebook. Share the show as always, 100.7 The Viper. You can also stream us at viperrocks.com. Yesterday, very controversial speech from the president. He's getting backlash from even some Democrats right now on why he says we have inflation. Here's a 56-second excerpt of the president's speech yesterday.
Look, the bottom line is this. Americans have a choice right now between two paths, reflecting two very different sets of values. My plan attacks inflation and grows the economy by lowering costs for working families, giving workers well-deserved raises, reducing the deficit by historic levels, and making big corporations and the very wealthiest Americans pay their fair share. The other path is the Ultra MAGA plan put forward by congressional Republicans to raise taxes on working families, lower the income of American workers, threaten sacred programs Americans count on like Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, and give break after break to big corporations and billionaires, just like they did the last time they were in power.
How do you even respond to that anymore? How do you? It's almost like abuse. It's like elderly abuse. If we make any comments right now, it's like we're abusing an elderly guy because he doesn't even know what he just said. He will, if you went back to challenge him on that, and that's the problem. And this is a true story, Vic. If you were there, you're in the media. You know, you're a journalist. You would ask follow-up questions to his dumbass speech that he gave, and it is a dumbass speech because he didn't give any solutions to any of the problems. So if you were to follow up with him, he would not know what you were talking about. He would go, did I say that? The teleprompter. He go, can you rewind the teleprompter for me? That's why I get so mad about this Biden thing.
Well, in this day and age, you can say whatever you want from the national standpoint, being a president, a senator, what have you, but you're not called to task by national media. Okay, no. President, why do you say this? Where are the examples? Do you know that inflation has grown every month since you've been in office? Why is that? Just
he doesn't even know why.
Just legitimate questions.
Yeah,
I mean, every day, whether you like Trump or not, he was slammed by media, but he stood there and he answered questions.
And he got into the minutia of the answers,
whether you agree with him or not. We don't have that anymore.
Here's a question. How are you going to fix the backlog of boats off of our coast, which could alleviate some of the challenges of getting products to people that want to buy them, which would bring the prices down? Number two, Mr. President, you opening up the strategic oil fields is really bad for the United States. It's called it's an emergency allotment of oil. We don't need to be doing that when we can go drill our own oil and be competitive in the marketplace. That is a legitimate question. He doesn't know how to answer that question, though. The Fed. Did you know that your Treasury, Janet Yellen, the other day said that keeping abortion legal would be if you made abortions illegal, it would be detrimental to the economy. She said that the other day. How do you square that? And that's the president. The president of the United States needs to answer that because those are his subordinates.
Well, following the speech yesterday, Senator Rick Scott from Florida said President Biden is, quote, incapacitated and incoherent and should resign immediately.
I agree.
The president was asked what his thoughts were about Senator Rick Scott saying that, and he said, he's got a problem.
I saw that too.
That was the response. So
I don't even think he needs to resign for the country. It's more for his own good. He can't do it. How frustrating would that be?
Eric? He's not going to resign.
His wife should step in and say, look, guys, he can't do this anymore. He can't. I'm sorry. He's got, and it's not his fault. You know, we all go through.
Poor guy didn't even comb his hair.
No, he didn't. We all go through the.
He didn't?
No.
I only said that like 20 times today.
Yeah, but I didn't notice anything that was bad with it.
Again,
I have to look back at that.
Again, you talk about Biden, and it feels like you're slamming elderly people. You get Angela Sharp giving you death stares from the corner.
She doesn't.
I can't even look
at.
I can't even look at her right now. She's giving me a death stare.
Angela's just waking up.
No, she's been awake. She's been rocking and rolling all morning. She just does not like to slam on elderly people, Democrat elderly people. But it's just, yes, it's just.
I didn't see anything that he said there that made him more elderly
MAGA,
than normal.
ultra MAGA.
That's just trying to get your people to vote the way you want them to vote, right? But he didn't shake hands with Casper. Like there's nothing.
Yes,
There's nothing
he did.
like super elderly in that.
He absolutely
Oh my God!
shook
Should
hands
we
with
just
Kat.
do the?
Not in that clip. No,
Should
he
we
didn't.
do?
Not in that clip.
That's what I'm talking about. We're talking about one clip, and then we go off the rails and talk about all the other clips. I would have said to that clip, he's the one who's trying to tax the $600 via your Cash App, which is kind of going after those people that are selling their TVs and such at their houses. So that would make me believe it's the people that are not doing so well financially that he's going after via taxes.
Well, I was surprised he wasn't asked yesterday about what's happening regarding Supreme Court justices.
Yeah.
Specifically, Supreme Court Justice Alito, who wrote the opinion that was leaked regarding Roe v. Wade.
Yeah.
People still at his house, which is illegal. And the federally illegal, and the president hasn't said anything yet. You've got to ask him that as a journalist. You've got to get...
Yeah, that's the big story.
Because he has not come out publicly and said anything about it. And this is in the middle of Susan Collins now stating that she had to call police over threatening pro-choice messages left outside of her home after past violent threats have happened as well.
It's crazy. Because
Because of the groups that are showing up at the houses. Nothing's being said. You also had Judge Esther Salas, if you don't know who she is. She's a U.S. District Judge in New Jersey whose son was killed when there was an attack on her life. She survived. Her son died because a man, did not like her decision. So she has now come forward and said, you better get these judges protection and you better stand up and do something, asking the administration, president, whoever, you got to do something. This is serious. It's illegal. And and for the president or anybody, I'm just surprised as a journalist that it's not, that nobody's asking those questions or being allowed to ask.
Even in
those. This is a serious thing.
No, it's the
Supreme
serious
Court
thing.
justices having threatening messages and people being allowed at their homes is absolutely insane. And I don't know if this other thing was done to maybe lessen the blow, but apparently like 15 people showed up at Nancy Pelosi's house saying that protesting or saying that she needs to investigate the Supreme Court justices. But these people they're saying that obviously are very uneducated and they don't know, and they're letting their emotions get the best of them because you don't investigate when these people are doing their job in a normal way just because you don't like what you're hearing. The problem with younger America is they don't know how to deal with situations when they don't hear something that they like because they've been brought up in a society where it's the me disease.
Preach.
Where parents have given their kids everything they want. You deserve to be heard.
Preach.
Your opinion matters. People, you should be heard. Hear me roar. I am important. No, you're not. You're a part of society.
Yes.
And
Entitlement.
and then when you hear something you don't like or something doesn't go your way, it's wah, wah, wah. I'm going to go out and throw a fit until I get what I want. I don't care if I break laws or not.
Yes.
This is simple. I see it. I've been seeing it happening more so for the last 15 years. And now we see it manifesting itself with Supreme Court justices having their lives threatened and people outside of their homes. Give me a break.
Yes. Very good. That was awesome because I always look at it like this, and you're right. The story of the day is like, because we're going to have another Biden story today at some point. He's going to do a speech somewhere. He's going to be inaccessible, and we just want to ask questions. And I think this is a media problem because yesterday I think someone even said it on the line here. Yesterday, he took a few questions after his little teleprompter speech, and he said, I'm only answering questions about this that I'm talking about, inflation and yada. That would be like going to an NFL press conference after a game and the coach saying, I'm only going to talk about the quarterback. No, you're not. You're going to talk about the entire experience of the game. You are the president. We get limited time with you. We have to go through Jen Psaki, who is a shill for you. We need answers directly right now. So it's. I think people are just fed up. They're sick of it. People like, this show, we talk about all the bad stuff that Biden does, but it goes in one ear and out the other. It's election season now. It's game on. And these guys have nothing to run on, Vic. It's the inflation is going to be worse when the midterms happen. School boards, they're all being blasted by parents. It's a very dark time right now, and we have no media to respond to any of the stuff that's going on right now.
Well, if you think things are going to change with the new White House press secretary, I don't know. I'm hopeful, but the problem with Karine Jean-Pierre is the fact that
there's another problem.
Well, no. What do you mean problem?
She basically called Fox News racist. Did you see this?
Yes, there's two things. She called Fox News basically racist, which is a problem. The second point,
multiple times.
The second point is a year and a half ago, she said the governorship in Georgia, the election was stolen. But then she wouldn't address the national election with Joe Biden, yet they did all the recounts and everything in Georgia. See, so the unfortunate thing is she's already starting showing true colors, and I'm hopeful, but as a journalist,
don't be hopeful anymore.
A journalist can see through this stuff.
Don't be hopeful
anymore. The average American person can see through it. I'm hopeful.
No, don't be hopeful
that
anymore.
She's turned over a new leaf, but her credibility is already severely damaged before she takes over.
Well, here's one of the questions.
Severely damaged. And if anybody, you got to give everybody a shot.
No, you don't.
But you're going to find out really quick what her true colors are.
No, I'm the most optimistic guy in this room, and I don't even give her a shot on this.
Here's one of the questions a journalist asked President Joe Biden yesterday at the White House.
Rick Scott, you called out Rick Scott a little while ago in your remarks.
Chris,
earlier
this is
today,
what I just talked about.
Anticipating your remarks, he said, and I'm just quoting here, that the best thing, most effective thing Joe Biden can do to solve the inflation crisis he created is resign. He's the problem. The senator added later, Joe Biden is unwell, he's unfit for office, he's incoherent, incapacitated, and confused. These are his words. Offering him a chance to respond to them.
I think the man has a problem.
Can I ask you about Rick Scott? You called
What
out
man
Rick
is he
Scott
talking
a little
about?
while ago.
Rick Scott.
I know. I was teasing.
Crazy.
That's the happiest I've seen him, though, in any.
Look at his hair. What do
in
you
any
mean?
interview. That's the
You don't see
happiest
his
I've
hair,
seen
Vic?
Mr. Biden.
He might have just
President
woke up
Biden.
from a nap. I don't know.
Look how happy he looks, though.
They tried to give him his baby
Well, yeah, he's
formula,
in his
but there
own
is no baby
world,
formula.
Angela.
He looks so happy.
People that are
Mama.
in their,
Can someone get him his bottle? There's no formula, Mr. President.
Mama.
I'm in trouble.
Mama, Jill. Mama. Oh, man. We got to take a quick break. Yeah.
Oh, is it funny?
that
Is it
time.
funny or is it not funny? Is it the kind of thing
It's
where you?
both,
Is
and
it
it
the
can be
kind of
both.
thing, Vic, where you laugh because there's no option? Like if you're in the back of a plane that's about to crash, and the only option you have is you can either scream or laugh.
I don't think I'd be laughing.
I think I'd be laughing.
In
I think
the
I would
plane?
be. Yeah, Dr. Strange.
I think I'd be praying. And
Really?
that's what we should
Praying.
be doing.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I think I'd be enjoying it. Like I've always wondered what it felt like to be diving into the ground and then boom, gone.
Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Angela
Because that's the
Sharp,
country
and
right
Vic
now.
Faust.
That's the metaphor, Angela. Is we're in the
no,
back.
I understood where you were going.
Okay. You can either laugh or you can cry. I think I would be a laugher.
Yeah, we'll talk about this this woman getting beat down in a Walmart parking lot with a gun by a guy. Police are still looking for him. You can check out the video on fox2now.com as well. Check this guy out. Police are still looking for him. Apparently, they know his name, but anyway, we'll get into it. A lot more to talk to as well. It is The Edge. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Angela Sharp, Vic Faust of Fox 2. Share the show on Facebook, 100.7 The Viper. Back with much more after this.
Listen to the Edge Morning Show live. Watch it live or anytime on demand. Details at ViperRocks.com or on Facebook.
If you want the best, don't settle for the rest. Come to F&S. F&S Collision Repair provides the best customer service, quality of work, paint color match, and paintless dent repair. They do it all. No job too big or too small. Just what your car or truck ordered. F&S Collision. Call today to schedule your appointment and get that car repaired. F&S Collision Repair.
Get a grip on your finances with People's Bank and Trust's new mobile banking service. You can now manage your accounts, check balances, transfer funds, and pay bills with ease and all from the palm of your hand. Activate your phone today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Great care for children begins at Compass Health Network. Our Warrenton and Winsville locations offer pediatric walk-in services, same-day appointments, and specialty care, so your children get the care they need, when, and how they need it. When it comes to children's health care, Compass Health Network is here for you and your family. Call 844-853-8937 for an appointment, or visit compasshealthnetwork.org for more information.
KFC knows that when it comes to sharing, there's good and there's finger-licking good.
A meal with sides, that's good. 3 equally delicious sides? So even if one kid loves mac and cheese, another only eats mashed potatoes, and the third is basically 90% French fry, there'll still be no complaints besides why bedtime can't be midnight and ice cream isn't a breakfast food. That's finger-licking good.
KFC Sides Lovers Meal. Pick 3 large sides and pair them with 8 crispy tenders or your favorite fried chicken. Order now on the KFC app. Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's finger-licking good.
Prices and product availability may vary.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So we're going to tap into human emotion. First with some music. Then in a serious tone, I'll say, save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. And even though it was about saving money with Progressive, we'll fade out the music so you know it was poignant. Wow, powerful stuff. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
Midnight Auto Supply in St. Peters carries a full line of automotive parts and paints. They're a PPG Platinum distributor of automotive paint and industrial coatings and auto body shop supplies for over 40 years. Your hometown auto parts store is Midnight Auto. Stop in at Midnight Auto Supply in St. Peters, just off Mexico Road, 447-4000, 447-4000, on the web at mid-niteautosupply.com.
At Locke's Family Hair Salon in St. Peters, the emphasis is on family. Women, men, and children's styles to make everyone look amazing. And they have their new line of Locke's shampoo and conditioner, just for Locke's clients. For cuts, color, perms, and more. Come in for Brazilian blowouts, face waxing, makeup, and hair extensions too. On Mexico Road in St. Peters by Smoothie King. For directions and appointment information, go to loxfamilyhairsalon.com. Locke's Family Hair Salon, where family is everything.
Here comes more of the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It is The Edge. We're having fun on a Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. May 11th. Eric Johnson's here wearing his Blues gear. Chris Knight's here. Angela Sharp. I'm Vic Faust. We're all Blues fans here, so we're excited. The Blues took care of business last night in Game 5. Oh, it was so nice. They give us a Game 6. It would be great tomorrow night if the Blues can wrap it up, especially when the Cardinals suck so bad these days. And yes, I say suck so bad because they've spent a lot of money and have this powerful lineup that was going to score all these runs, and they're not doing anything, and they're losing to a bunch of bad teams.
I'm scared for the Cardinals a little bit because I saw the crowd shot of them a few days ago, and it looked like it was a Tampa Bay crowd.
Well, it's
it didn't look that. I was there. It didn't look like
it
Tampa
looked pretty
Bay.
bad on TV.
It didn't look like Tampa Bay gets 9,000 people a game. There was clearly more than 9,000 people there. I've worked in both locations. I kept taking a scan.
And Tampa's team is better than the Cardinals. Their baseball team is better than St. They probably have a better record. I haven't even looked. I don't know.
I haven't looked this season, but they tend to do pretty well. They play Moneyball, and they tend to do it really well.
Mm-hmm. Well, it didn't look very crowded. The Cardinals are one of those teams you're like, you expect their worst game to be 30,000 people.
I will agree that you do expect that it to be a sellout crowd no matter what's going on.
Yeah.
I had to see what Tampa's record is.
What is it?
I don't know. It's coming up right now in a second. Remember, I have the slowest computer in the room. It's like this.
I mean, it's not even close to talking about records in baseball yet because
I know it's early.
The Cardinals always suck it up in the beginning of the season.
That's the only good. Yeah, Tampa's 18-13.
Oh Lord.
And the Cardinals are 16-13. The problem is that the Cardinals have had a lot of easy series so far, and they've lost.
Yep.
They've lost at least 8 or 9 games of teams under 500, which is bad. It's just bad.
That's what the Cardinals do, though. They just wait till September, and then they bring on the high heat. They come from fourth out. They come from fourth, and they win. Then they win the division. So
okay, we talked about this. Have you guys ever seen fights going down in a parking lot?
Like an actual physical altercation?
Yeah. Like, for example,
I have.
We've got Festus Police are hoping that viral cell phone video that they showed that's on FoxNews.com will help them track down a suspect.
Can we play it?
Chris could. Yeah, if he goes to FoxNews.com and clicks on the page, you can see the video, the story. This guy, the video shows a man beating a woman with a handgun. This happened about 7 p.m. Monday night in broad daylight.
He had a handgun?
Yeah, and he's hitting her with it in the top of her head. So there's videos that Festus Police shared with Fox 2, which is great. You can actually see. So
I got to watch this.
At least
I got to watch it. But
the woman went there. Now, here's the other part of the story. The woman knew the suspect because she said she had some illegal narcotics with her, and the guy and her get into a fight. She had her daughter and her were in the parking lot when officers arrived after she was beat. So they told the police what happened.
Was she trying to sell these illegal narcotics?
It doesn't say. It just says that she agreed to meet him at the Walmart. Mm-hmm. She had illegal narcotics.
Selling these narcotics.
And she said she pulled the handgun to protect herself. She had it.
Wow.
But the gunman stole the gun, hit her with it, and then took the daughter's purse. So.
Oh, my God. I'm watching it right now.
Chris, did you show the video already? I was just talking it.
No, I'm watching it on Fox 2 right now. And these are not. This is multiple times in the head.
But in the Festus area, but they said a lot of residents are tired of crime rising in the county and vehicle break-ins and all the crazy stuff. Well, then they need to go
after this woman, too, for her illegal narcotics. She agrees to meet people in strange parking lots.
Now, are these two from
the Festus area? I see. Oh, Chris, is that video shown yet? Or no, we don't know yet.
Yeah, I showed it.
We don't know. You just saw the suspect.
So so these people are not from the Festus area, maybe. So,
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know.
I'll tell you what. We're getting so desensitized by these stories now that this.
Well, don't you feel a little bit better that it's not just totally random? Like this lady agreed to meet this man with some illegal narcotics, and then she gets beat with a gun.
No,
sounds better to me than like. Nice lady takes family shopping at Walmart, comes outside, gets beat with
correct,
gun, right?
But the problem is these are the kind of crimes that might have happened behind the scenes to kind of try to shield themselves from law enforcement or other witnesses that might have seen them. Now it's blazing. Now people just, I'm going to have a drug deal in the middle of the parking lot over here at Quick Trip, and if you offend me, I'm going to beat the crap out of you. If the cops show up, nothing's going to happen anyway. So it's becoming this story right here back in the 90s. Would have been a front page story in the Post-Dispatch. We would have looked at this in horror that something like this might have happened in the suburbs of St. Louis. I saw another video yesterday. It was from Chicago, Illinois. It was a man who was getting mugged who literally was shot 4 times it was from a public camera. You could see the shooting going on. I remember looking at it and going, wow, that's horrific. But I don't remember having a visceral reaction to it anymore because you see people getting shot on the news all the time. The younger generations are becoming super, super desensitized by these stories to where it's becoming commonplace. Like people will just kind of blow it off. Like, yeah, it happens, man.
But there's also a disrespect for police and not looking at police as authority figures more so than ever, too. And all you have to do is look at another story that came out yesterday. You now have some officers in St. Louis City. And if it wasn't already, I mean, and it's already starting out like it's going to be a bloody summer. We're off to a horrible start in St. Louis City with
who's
the gun
going to
violence.
tap that down?
Well, here's what the problem is now. Now, St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department came out yesterday and said, yeah, we're going to have officers having to work 12-hour shifts now.
Ridiculous.
Because we don't have enough officers. And the problem that you have is you have all of this American CARES Act money that's just sitting there, millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars that could go towards policing and helping the city. But the leadership in the city says they don't want to do it that way.
St. Louis City is the most ridiculous.
Eric Schmidt, the Missouri Attorney General, agreed to take away a $5 million debt to the state that St. Louis City owes and said, hey, just put it towards policing in the city. Put that $5 million towards helping your city. And the mayor said, no.
Tashara Jones.
We don't want your. No, well. And by the way, the city. I don't think the city's paid that $5 million to the state yet either. And they could have gotten rid of that debt, but
that's your leadership over there in St. Louis City, man. It's like
but
this.
Now you see the manifestation of what's going on, where these officers, these men and women of all races, all ages, being forced to work one of the toughest jobs on earth for 12-hour shifts in that area right now, where gun violence is one of the worst in America. I'm trying to look at it.
Your sailboat is out on the water. Where's my metaphor?
I'm trying to see what the positives from both sides are.
There is no positives from any side, Vic. The Tashara Jones has decided, I'm not looking at the state as my partner. I'm looking at him as an adversary. You're adversarial to what I'm trying to do here in St. Louis. Here's the deal. Here's your metaphor of the day. You're in a nice little sailboat in the middle of Creve Coeur Lake. You have a hole in the bow of the ship. You're going down. You can either take the funds to fix the hole, i.e., cops, security in St. Louis, bringing crime down, or you can take that money and you can go fix the radio system. These people are not putting the money in the right place. You need to make sure that the boat doesn't sink first, and then work on all the stuff like the sail and the paint job and all that other stuff. St. Louis is going down in flames. I don't see them pulling up from this. I just don't. I see that they have a beautiful new soccer team coming in. They have an amazing baseball franchise down there. I don't see how you save it. I really don't. There are no businesses in the skyscrapers down there. People, the millennials are moving out of Washington Avenue like it's going out of style. How do you save St. Louis with this much crime? And more importantly, how do you save the police officers who don't want to work 12-hour shifts? And they said, you know what? I'll go to St. Charles and work.
Well, you've had that happen over the past few years because you can make more money in the county. You can make more money in St. Charles County as well.
To John Parker, the sky kind of is falling, buddy. Not to rain on your parade, buddy, but the sky is falling in St. Louis. It is. The crime in the city is you have literally.
And you said that because he said on the Facebook line that the sky is not falling.
You literally, John, here's the deal, dude. You have the counties, Festus, St. Charles, Maryland Heights. You have the leaders of these places going, we have to literally deal with St. Louis's crime because it's coming here.
That is a true statement. That is a true statement.
I have to put St. Charles has to put resources in place to handle your crime coming this way. So I don't know. I don't want to hear from John Parker's anymore unless he goes, you know what, Eric, you're right. The sky is kind of falling around St. Louis, and we need to fix it. But if you just stick your head in the sand, John, I don't see much that's coming from St. Louis. It's a shame.
Well,
because
everybody's entitled to their opinion. Just back it with some facts.
Exactly.
If the sky's not falling, then say why. That would be great to know so that we could talk about that as well. I just know that officers working 12-hour shifts is not a good idea, especially in this day where so much more is required of officers, men, women of all ages and all races. It's a problem. It's just interesting. I say it all the time as a broadcaster. I want to know why you can't hire more police when there appears to be money for it. I know a lot of people don't want to do the job anymore, as many as they used to have, but money talks.
You know what? In some areas, being
resources talk.
In some areas, being a cop depending where you live, there is not a defund the police initiative all over the country. Some areas you are a rock star. Some areas they applaud you. They're like, good job. Thank you, man, for your service. Thank you for what you're doing in O'Fallon. Thank you for what you're doing in St. Charles County, St. Charles City. Thank you. But in some areas, you are looked at as a adversary. St. Louis is one of them. You are looked at as an adversary. Tashara should have a big campaign saying, these are your friends. You want to call somebody at 1 a.m. when you're getting shot at? I would give these guys a try.
No, but her campaign is the opposite.
What does that mean?
But she ran on it and she won, meaning that they're trying to have less policing and a reimagination of policing.
Good luck with that.
Well, I know, but that's her campaign, whether somebody agrees with it or not. It's the quote, reimagining policing.
No, it's kind of a science, actually, to be honest with you. And I was talking to somebody the other day, and they heard a show that me and you were talking about. Tashara has nothing to do with Kim Gardner in the prosecutor's office and vice versa. He actually said this because he's the governor of a small little town in this area. I won't tell you which one it is because then you know who I'm talking about. He goes, actually, Eric, you're right. Tashara's job is to make a strong police department to where the criminal gets caught. They then hand it off to the prosecutor's office to where the criminal stays in jail. So he goes, they do kind of work together.
Well, correct. There
is a dynamic.
They all work together.
There's a dynamic.
But you're convoluting the subject. Yeah, nobody's ever said that they're not supposed to work with each other. They do.
But that show was listened to.
But Tashara is not over Kim Gardner. That's where you made your mistake.
You're right. It's like the Tom Brady and Gronkowski. If they don't work together, there's no touchdowns. How about that?
Correct. And they are working together.
To do what?
It's to, quote, reimagine policing.
I'm going to reimagine cake, and I'm going to use asparagus and leaves. That's not going to go over too well. No one's going to eat my cake. There's kind of a science to policing and crime. We've really got that one down pretty well, I think. You commit a crime, we're bringing the blue shirts after you. We're going to throw you in this little pen, and you will have to bail out. And if you can't afford bail, then a bail bondsman. I mean, it works for hundreds of years.
But just remember, and John just said it, and I've told you, and I was just telling you this, the mayor has absolutely nothing to do with the judicial process.
But the mayor has a lot to do with making the police have 8-hour jobs, well paid, having their back when they're dealing with criminals.
There's more of that could happen with the mayor and policing.
That's all I want
than with Kim Gardner. And by the way, Kim Gardner yesterday, the disciplinary panel recommended just a reprimand as initially came out of the hearing.
Oh, okay, here we go.
No, so now it officially goes to the Missouri Supreme Court.
Mm-hmm.
So now it is officially in the Missouri Supreme Court's hands. So they have that recommendation from the panel. They also now have a letter from 7 jurors who last week wrote the Missouri Supreme Court stating that they said that after hearing all the testimony and nobody else had before this, quote, deal was struck, that she needs much more than a, quote, reprimand. That's just another update, so it connected on there.
Good.
So,
well, Tashara is not a serious leader. Nobody wants to reimagine crime. I mean, look,
Eric, in the city,
it's like reimagining potholes.
Eric, I'm telling you, in the
Let's
city,
reimagine potholes, shall we?
In the city, Eric.
What? Why are you looking at me that way?
She has a lot of support right now.
Does she?
Yeah.
Well, what's her plan to reimagine this?
Okay, we've already talked about
No, we
this.
haven't.
Yes,
How come I'm completely clueless? Anyway, let's move to something more fun.
Well, yeah. Well,
we'll talk about hot dogs.
Yeah,
Angela, what kind of hot dog do you like?
There's 2 minutes.
Nathan's? Those are good. Oscar Mayer? No.
That's funny.
We got to get her involved in the show. What's your favorite engine?
She is involved. She can jump in when she wants to, Eric.
What's the difference between a gas engine and a diesel? Because I don't really know. She knows cars. It's just very frustrating to talk about, Vic. It really is because it's like
well, diesel's over $5
I'm not talking about it.
now.
I was kidding. I was joking.
Okay, I was just trying to help you out there. You know, I just You want some better news?
Yeah, go ahead.
The inflation rate fell like down to 8.3, I think, %.
Oh, a whole 1 point.
8.7.
Yeah, whole 2, 3, 4 points. Great.
I was looking for some positives for you. Yeah. The Alabama inmate is back in court.
I saw that.
After they found, I still don't know how it took them a week to find a 6'9", 300-pound guy that looks like Aaron Rodgers.
With a 4'3" blonde that looks like a Oompa Loompa.
I didn't know she was really that
I
small.
don't know. She looks very teeny to me.
But he was in court. All you have to do is look at the pictures of him in court too. A massive individual, but they were able to stay away for a week. And the sad thing is that she died after her self-inflicted gunshot wound. She was like, "I'm done with this." After they were expecting a shootout with police, but police were able to kind of T-bone them, hit them before they had a chance to get set up.
He said that's why he had all the guns. He said that. He goes, if you guys wouldn't have, I would have been rocking you guys. I would have gone out. But what was it? Suicide by police? That was his idea.
Correct. And many people do that if they're going out on it. So, anyway,
sorry. Didn't mean to bring down the show today.
You didn't bring down the show.
It's so negative.
What, Eric?
I feel like I want to see how we can help St. Louis so bad.
Eric, it's one topic, and you cover lots of topics.
Man with no fly. I heard you talking about the no flying experience landing a plane. That is actually very hard to do. Good job on that guy. Just to bring it back full circle.
Chris thought that there might have been some experience by that person. I think that's what Chris said. But anyway, they were able to bring him. Yeah, the flight landed in Florida safely.
Yeah. I
still couldn't imagine being put into that situation. A single engine.
It's the flare that gets you. It's like not putting the nose into the cement. If you put the nose into the cement, you lose control altogether. So that was the most impressive part. And the airspeed.
Oh, here's a good point that Crystal just made. I was going to bring this up. It makes you wonder, talking about the prison guard who shot herself, the female. Mm-hmm. She worked her career, her entire life in prisons. And then when faced with the possibility of going to prison, she chose death.
Dun, dun, dun.
We were talking about that yesterday. It's like she sees it and has been in prison, and instead of going,
well,
she chose.
You just saw the power of love. She was in love with this guy. Seems like a nice little Harlequin novel, I think. And she was like, I love this guy so much that if I retire tomorrow, which it was her retirement day, remember that? If I retire tomorrow, I'll never see this guy again. I cannot live with myself without this guy in my life. So she goes and sells her house.
Yeah, but certainly she knew this wasn't going to end well. I mean,
hold on.
They weren't even headed to Mexico. They were roaming the area.
This guy was very charismatic, apparently. And this guy had her snowed into saying, if you sell your house, I'll be with you forever. And I'm sure that was a conversation they had for a long time. I mean, where's he going to go? And all of a sudden, Vic, when she was met with the possibility of not seeing this guy anymore because she's retiring, she went and busted him out and said, I'd rather die than to live without you. Sounds like a Hallmark card.
John Hamm can play him in a movie because I think he looks like John Hamm.
He does. John Hamm, yeah. Aaron Rodgers, I've heard both. There was somebody else, too.
But Aaron Rodgers isn't an actor, and John Hamm is.
Oh,
so when there's a movie.
Well, yeah, for movie acting, we're just saying who he looked like.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Actor John Hamm. Overall, Aaron Rodgers. Bam. It's great stuff.
And that guy from The Office, he kind of has a little bit of that guy. I don't know that guy's
totally
name.
See it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back with more right after this.
The new abnormal.
This place is a nut house.
The Edge Morning Show.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good. Really good. So good, you gotta try it. With Straight Talk, you can get our Silver Unlimited plan for just $45 a month. Now with unlimited high-speed data, plus 5 gigabytes hotspot data, and no contract, with nationwide 5G on America's best networks. Why pay a whole lot for your data when you can get unlimited for a whole lot less? Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
Please leave a message at the beep.
Hey, it's fun. Remember me? Miss you, buddy. Look, I know it's been a minute, but we gotta get the fam back down to Holiday World and Splash and Safari. They've got 3 of the top 5 water coasters in the world.
Remember getting soaked on Mammoth and Cheetah Chase? Or screaming down monster roller coasters like Thunderbird and Voyage? Tickets are still at holidayworld.com. Oh, the kids want to say something. Go ahead.
KFC knows that when it comes to chicken sandwiches, there's good and there's finger-licking good.
A chicken sandwich? That's good. A 100% white meat KFC chicken sandwich so delicious it forces you to rethink everything you know about sandwiches, including whether or not they even need buns, but then you remember how good a brioche bun can be and then having to rethink your rethinking? That's finger-licking good.
KFC's chicken sandwich, always served hot and crispy, in your choice of classic or spicy. Order now on the KFC app. Kentucky Fried Chicken, that's finger-licking good.
Prices and product availability may vary.
Shop in one place, O'Fallon Overhead Doors, for your residential and commercial garage doors and gates. As a locally owned, family-operated business, O'Fallon Overhead Doors provides 5-star service. Their technicians are not paid on commission, so they won't sell you something you don't need. Looking for a new door, a repair, or yearly maintenance? Call O'Fallon Overhead Doors on Continental Drive in Wentzville, 272-2722. Showroom open weekdays 8 till 4:30. Free estimates on new doors. Visit O'FallonOverheadDoors.com.
Travers Automotive and RV grand opening in Wentzville across the highway from the GM plant is happening right now. We have a selection of over 1,000 new late model cars and trucks with new vehicles arriving daily. Shop from all makes, all models with financing for everyone. Looking for an RV? We also have over 200 travel trailers, fifth wheels, and motorhomes from Mesa Ridge, Open Range, KZ, Winnebago, Dutchman, and a great selection of used RVs. Whether you're looking for a car, truck, or RV, make Travers Automotive RV your one-stop destination. Located off Highway 70 at the Highway A exit.
Spectrum Glass is known for their quality work on windshields, but they do so much more. Spectrum Glass also specializes in residential, commercial, and automotive window tinting. Reduce the heat, reduce the fading, and increase your comfort with professional window tinting from Spectrum Glass. Serving St. Charles and surrounding counties since 1995, Spectrum Glass is still your premier company for windshield replacement. And with free mobile service, they come to you. 636-294-1800 on Facebook and SpectrumGlassOnline.com.
Now, back to the Edge Morning Show.
Have a great day, everybody. We appreciate you joining us on the Edge.
We talked earlier in the show about what tie you were going to wear, but we didn't pick a color.
Yeah, please do, because I'm tired. I get tired at the end of the show.
Eric, we didn't pick a color for Vic to wear.
I wore orange already 2 nights ago. And I wore your guys yellow last night.
Okay, how about maroon? Maroon doesn't suck.
Maroon?
Ooh, he gave you a face with that.
Wow, look at that face. Damn, dog.
Green for the Viper.
I was thinking for
You got a
DeSmet
green?
High School.
For DeSmet. Yeah, I'm wearing green tonight.
Green for the Viper.
I'll wear green tonight.
All right, that'll work. Talk to everybody tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock.